Okay, apparently we are having to totally improvise today because my internet isn't connecting the way I want it to, but that's totally okay. And actually, I guess I don't really need these. And I don't need to look like a Dr. Seuss character either. But anyway, we just go with it. Yes, this is Nicole Bandis, and today we are talking about search engine optimization and what you can do to kind of improve your blog and do a little bit better. Now, you might be assuming that search engine optimization means that you are going to rank first in Google. And let's be honest, that's not going to happen. It's very hard to get ranked very well in search engine, but there's a lot of things that you can do to improve what's going on in Google and other search engines so that if somebody just happens to really trigger on that special keyword that you're trying to use, then you're going to be there. And it's really not that hard. Once upon a time, the emphasis was all about the keywords, and it was all about making sure that you had the right keywords, and there was all kinds of gaming strategy. And there's a few key tips that you can do now that don't have anything to do with individual blog posts and keyword strategies and all that kind of thing. Yes, you can go to that level, but you don't have to. So let's start with the basics. The first thing right off the top is if your social media, if your website is not mobile optimized, forget it. It's just not going to appear. Google has this thing now where it doesn't matter if nobody ever views your site on social media, or why do I keep saying that? It's one of those days. If nobody ever views your website on a mobile device, they don't care. They still want your website to be optimized for mobile. Now, a lot of themes, if you have a WordPress site, are already mobile optimized. If you don't have a WordPress site or you're not sure, go in and check for this. It should be a mobile optimized kind of thing. If you're not even sure how to do that, of course, you can hire a virtual A team because we'd be happy to go help you with that. But it has to be mobile optimized. The second thing that you can really do is work to increase your site speed. Now, things that slow down your site speed are certain hosting companies will slow it down, certain WordPress themes, which are like Divi. Divi doesn't slow it down, but I'm just kind of giving you an example of what a theme would be. These are the things that WordPress uses to kind of build the outline of your site. So things like that may slow down your site. And if your site is slow, also like images, if your images are really big, that will slow down your site. And slow sites are a huge turnoff to Google because the first thing that happens when somebody, a real human being, stumbles on your site and it doesn't load fast, they leave. And bounce rates have a huge effect on your search engine rankings. So if people are bouncing out of your site, meaning they're leaving it without actually having the page load, Google's going to notice that and they're going to let you know. And they're going to let you know by hurting your search engine optimization and your ranking. So you want to make sure that your site has a good, healthy speed. And I will share with you, or if somebody else wants to, I didn't actually, because I'm doing this on mobile instead of on my computer because I'm improvising. I don't have the link that I can just kind of type it out. But there's some great sites like ping.com, I think, is one of them, where you can actually go and test your site speed. So if you're on and you have one of those sites handy, type it in, share it with everybody. Teresa, go Google that for me. Show me post it in there. Another thing that you can really do to search engine optimize your site is to make sure that all of your images that you have what are called alt tags. Alt. I'm kind of doing that. See, I can do it on the video, but alt tags. An alt tag is just an alternative naming structure for your image. And this basically, you want to make sure that the image isn't named something generic like dog laying on the floor doing nothing. No, instead you want to say dog. No, actually you want to say something that's related to your post or your page. So if I'm talking about the virtual A-team and how to work with a virtual assistant, then I want the post that's generally a generic person on the phone, that instead of saying girl on phone, I want it to say something like calling your virtual assistant, how to connect with your virtual assistant, how to stay in touch with your virtual assistant. Whatever keyword or phrase it is that I'm using, that's where I want to put that emphasis in the alt tag. So make sure that you're using that and optimizing all of the image alt tags in your site. Now, another quick one, and I'll share a link to an article that gives you all kinds of good stuff, but I just wanted to share a few really good ones here with you. Another really good one is to make sure that you are utilizing the meta tag. And the meta tag is basically the description. Thank you, Teresa. The meta tag is the description for what your page is about. You want it to be something that is realistic and readable by the individual. So this is not designed for a computer. It should be something that a human being will read and say, oh, I really want to check that out. Let me click and I want to read more. But it should also have some discussion about what your keyword is. So again, if we're talking about that virtual assistant, and let's say I actually have an article that's called How to Connect with Your Virtual Assistant, in the meta description, it would say something like, one of the biggest challenges we find with small business owners is how should they connect with the virtual assistant on a regular basis. A lot of times they might think phone is the best or email, and here's some tips on how you can really maximize connecting with your virtual assistant. So it uses that key phrase, the same one that we're using in the alt tags, but it uses it in the description in a way that people are going to be enticed. So it's kind of your juicy sizzler a little bit. Now, those are some great tips I want to share in the comments. I'm going to share a blog post link to, I think it's HubSpot wrote this one, and it'll give you some more tips, but this is just kind of a getting started. And if you have questions about search engine optimization, or you want more help optimizing your own site and really kind of ranking a little bit better. Now remember, nobody can guarantee you first page results. It just doesn't happen anymore. But we can boost up your listings a little bit and get you better results than what you're getting now. So remember to talk to Virtual A-Team if you want some help, and check out the article that I share below. Thanks so much.